Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Today, I am going to open the random thing because I totally forgot even though I reminded myself beforehand, and it's going to tell me to play as Lazarus. Sounds great. Let's do it. Where are you? Right there. So Lazarus is, character that exists. An XL floor. Interesting. So anyway, there's the seed. Since this is an XL floor, it is very exceedingly inconvenient for me to intentionally die as I normally would, simply to gain the stat bonuses from my passive item. So, I'm a little out of luck here. And of course the goal needs to be... I can't take that yet. I want to die by the end of this floor, but since it's an XL floor, as long as I don't get hit on my red hearts, the goal, I guess, will be to use all of my health in the devil room, die and revive from that. I'll revive at 1 health. Yep, I did that to myself. The start of this room is hard, but, like, I haven't messed it up before, so why start now? Simply because it's an XL floor, of course. Solid reasoning. Anyway, that was dumb. I can still get the devil room, and I hope I do. The plus side is now I can be a little more careless for the rest of the floor. I could die intentionally in order to gain that stat boost. This is a 0.3 damage up and a chance that the chance that I shoot a tier that concusses an enemy, which causes it to make stupid movements that actually make them more dangerous, and I'll add a lot of times. And I'll even take Sister Maggie because I can. I don't know. Generally, I don't like taking it, wasting the first familiar slot for a familiar that's not particularly special. It does regular old 3.5 damage. Again, I can be careless right now. Excuse me, I wanted you to pick that up. Alright, so this breaks all the rocks in a room, and props if relevant. So that's kind of useful. I need to make sure not to get hit on the second boss. I'm expecting, but not certain, that they kept the system where the first boss still counts as the floor. And as such, even if you get hit on the first boss, it doesn't count against your devil room chance, besides for the floor, whereas the second one actually counts for boss. I'm hoping that, and that's the impression that I've been under the entire time. But I don't know for 100% certain, technically. So I'm going to clear out the floor before fighting the bosses. May as well. I've already been hitting such. I'd like to look for a soul heart for the boss. Seems like the most reasonable strategy to me. And again, I don't really care if I get hit here. Even if I die, that's probably a good thing. So magically no tinted rocks this floor. Pretty sure I didn't just not see any. So... a good room for this just in case of a trapdoor. There were a lot of rocks, so I figured there was a decent chance that that would be the location. Famine drops a really useful item, actually, the Cube of Meat or Ball of Bandages, either of which will block tiers for me, so that a next boss is a little less dangerous. And of course I can and will use it for contact damage. Does 7 per hit and it hits really often. Super good. So, I've got that going for me, which maybe means this next boss, this is basement as well, so it won't be the haunt, maybe means this next boss is no big deal. Double Monstro in a small room. I love it. Like, what are you going to do about that? Really good luck there. By the way, even if I didn't get hit at all on this entire floor, I still might not have earned a devil room on this particular fight, because sometimes the game likes to either just not spawn one in small rooms even when you're guaranteed them, or try to spawn them outside the thing, and I guess then it fails or something and then you don't get it anyway. Either way, you can just not get devil rooms because of small boss rooms, and it's quite stupid. Unless they fix that in the most recent patch, but I don't really think they did. So I feel less bad about getting hit there, because, I mean, really, I probably wouldn't have gotten the devil room anyway. So, we good. Nice, another XL floor. Great. Squeezy, by the way, is 0.4 tears up and 2 soul hearts, which is good. I'm all for that. Oh, hello. Anytime. Man, do you not like charging? That was just strange. Now, I wish I had the Hagalaz rune for this. Because this room would be great. Chance of a magic mushroom pretty reasonably. And as long as I don't get hit this floor a ton of times, just like last floor, guaranteed double room, unless the small boss room strikes again. But of course, I wasn't likely to earn the double room even if I didn't get hit. I would have had, even if I got hit on the floor, I would have had a 36% chance, and I would have had, what? I would have had, they would have had to spawn on the one wall. And that's not, this just doesn't seem like it's happening to me. So, hopefully that doesn't happen again. It's quite rare that it does. So I'm relatively confident. It's also quite rare that you get 2 XL floors in a row. Consider that in your calculations. You might not be the luckiest man right now. Both item rooms will require a key on this floor, unlike the basement. Basement XL is the only time where you can get more than one item room without a key, basically. Of course, without them even requiring a key. Of course, you can teleport through them and whatnot anytime. But both of the first 2 item rooms on an XL basement will be free, as it's the first floor. Okay, I will bomb you. Thank you for the nickel. Apparently those guys can't drop sticky nickels, because sticky nickels only drop as replacements for pennies. Interesting. But that's okay. I will continue looking for evidence to either support or contradict that. And now that I've been told that, I'm willing to believe it, though. I don't think I have evidence of the contrary. Alright, I just want to kill this guy first. That's the smart play. So here's my first item room. This is hopefully good. Yeah, that's a good item. I track slowing on the ground behind me, and I have a chance to shoot a slowing tier. Alright. Excellent. Figured it was worth checking this place out, but I'm just going to leave with this soul heart and my dignity or something. Alright, so don't walk into the spikes. Go find the other item room, find the boss. Same path, ideally. Just to skip that room, doing it the hard way. It's an annoying room to do the hard way. There's a strat for it. It's consistent. It's just, you gotta do it right. Alright, well, I'll go back for that. Wasn't really expecting that drop, as you might expect. As you might expect me to not be expecting such a strange thing to expect. It's rather uncommon. I love this room transition, though. Transitioning into the room in the crook of an L. It's just a good animation, man. Okay. I was so sure it would die before I could get hit. But obviously that's something that you shouldn't expect. Would not recommend. Okay. Nope. Did that to myself. That's a 1.0 shot speed up, I think. I think it's a whole 1.0, not 0.5. Like, I knew this, and I'm pretty sure I still know this. I'm just confusing myself over nothing, and you know, probably for no reason. Anyway, it's a little ridiculous for me right now. I don't have Eve's Mascara or the Dead Onion. I was really not expecting to hit that so many times. But, you know, can't win them all. Alright, I'll just fight the bosses now. Great, it's Peep. I love Peep. We get along really great. It's definitely not my weakest boss. Of course, not including Red Champion Mega Maw. That's the hardest boss in the game by like a year. As in, I would have to practice an extra year of this game to be able to no-hit that boss consistently. No, I actually no-hit a double Red Champion Mega Maw room in a video just like a few videos ago. I don't know how I did that, but it happened, and I am happy about it. That shows progress. This tears and shot speed up, and I'm all for that. Stain is a very easy boss. It's good, though. Most of the bosses that they added in the update are pretty good. I only have problems with Ragman and Ultra Greed, and those are like the only two I think are bad. Cool. Also tears and shot speed up. That's why I didn't pick up the shot speed, obviously. Alright, so I take this just because I have something. Then I take this because it's good. And then I take this because it gives me health back. So, we need to go deeper. Makes it so that you spawn a trapdoor. And why I spawn that there is because it also allows you to check for secret rooms. That trapdoor can be a black market or crawl space. It's not necessarily likely, but it is possible, so I also get that benefit. Anyway, if you try to spawn it where a door is, it won't spawn there. So that means that right there should be my top secret room. I simply need a bomb, which I can get in that room over there. So anyway, that's the strat with this item. Then with the Spirit of the Night, I got Flight and Spectral Seers, and from the Pact I got... guess I may as well just keep spawning stuff now that I know where the top secret room is. Anyway, I got 0.5 damage up, 0.7 tears up, and 2 soul hearts up, which is why I bought it last, so that even though I only had half a heart, it gave me the health and I didn't die. And then we got a bunch of tears up otherwise from those items. I don't want that. So that was great. Everything is going pretty well. So now let's go to the top secret room. We already found the secret room due to the rooms that imply doors telling me where it was. And now we've got this one. It's a science, man. It's a science, I tell you. Alright, so then we just push this near the thing, get it for free. Tammy's Head. I don't have any cool tier effects right now. I will take my consistent secret room search. And small chance for like black markets and stuff. Hey, nice, an extra soul heart. Bomb and a key, everything's good. And I can just leave through here, that's fine. So I also picked up that Eternal Heart, so I get another health up here. And surprisingly, we don't have an XL floor right now. This is entirely surprising to me. But honestly, that first Devil Room was great. It went well. And this is why I say that you really have no reason to not die immediately as Lazarus. Even to buy a bunch of stuff in the Devil Room. I got 5 hearts of stuff for 2 hearts without dying. And coming out ahead of where I would have ended up. So I just don't understand that mentality of like save your respawn so that you can overpay in Devil Rooms when you can almost always underpay in Devil Rooms with less health than the Devil Rooms require. So that's just not a mentality that I agree with. Of course there are situations where, yeah, it'll cost a little more health than that. But like, normally you don't have an XL first floor. Alright, I don't have any bombs. Once again, normally you don't have an XL first floor. So the first floor you can probably get a health up pretty easily. That puts you to 2. Second boss, not unlikely to get a health up either. Puts you to 3, and there you are exactly where you started. You want to have a soul heart by then, and normally you do. So it all works out. So I just, you know, I don't think it's necessary. I think that the damage up and other stats up is just better than waiting for Devil Room stuff that you might not even get. Wouldn't be unlikely for you not to. So I picked up Pisces here, which gives me larger tiers, not a damage up, that have more knockback. It also gives me a -1 fire rate delay, which is very strong. Yeah, I'll just go in there from another door. Oh, this room implies a door to me, so I didn't even need that check, but, like, there's no reason not to, since there's no reason not to use the item just in case of a black market or something. I bought Mom's key, that gave me 2 keys, and now chests are pretty likely to contain a boatload of extra stuff, and it's quite good. So I'm all for that. I can't be there, so I try here, and it's not here. Let me go fight the boss. And then just because I may as well check boss rush, I'll leave after this. I don't have a reason to, like, want to stay so bad. Alright, good one. Okay. Easy. Placenta, not worthwhile in my opinion. Makes it so that every minute there's a chance that you heal for a half red heart, which is not advantageous to wanting to have Polaroid invincibility or Babylon, any such things active while still having red heart containers. Not that you want to have red heart containers, but sometimes that's not really up to you. And going into the world with 3 health at this point in the game doesn't seem right to me. Like, yeah, I'm going to get at least 1 more double room unless something goes really badly. Like, my damage is a little underwhelming, but that's not a huge deal. Because 1 damage up and it'll be pretty okay again, thanks to my 1.2 multiplier from the respawn. Sure. Okay, so it's there, I guess, but I don't have any bombs still. This keeps happening to me. I wonder why. At least I've got keys. That is what counts. So sadly, this is Depths 2. I can't go fight the boss. I don't have a teleport. Fighting the boss would be leaving behind the item room, shop, secret rooms, anything else I might find along my way, like a curse room. But hopefully I can do that all and still make boss rush. Alright, I will buy this because it's good. Flies and spiders are now increased in size and doubled in damage. Not that I have anything that spawns them or anything, but eventually maybe. It's not like I'm using my money for anything else, and it's a decent investment in my future, just in case. I should definitely play that dude down to half a heart. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. Like, really easy to get down to half a heart, should you desire to do such a thing. This kind of implies a door to me. Yep, sure does. Easy to get down to half a heart, but sometimes it's not easy to stay there if you have certain items. That's why I skipped the leech as well, since I didn't mention that at the time. Just in case it turns out that's a good pill if I somehow come across a PhD maybe in the item room. Oh, I can go to the boss challenge room now just to check it out. With 6 keys, I'll check this out as well. Alright, I don't need the money for anything, but I'm not going to donate it now. Oops. Well, we can have one. That's okay. While I'm over here, check out the boss challenge room. See what it's got. 3 red chests. I'm going to do it for the double room. Or for the flies. Which, again, do 4 times my damage now instead of the normal 2 times. So they are good dudes. And I only have to fight 2 bosses. Cube of meat, ball bandages, whatever makes them really easy. I'm in a hurry here, though, so I'd appreciate if the item room were, like, right here. It's not. Still have no bombs. Just running a little personal check. Die. Thank you. Now I have a bomb. Sure. Since I do have Mom's key, makes sense to me to grab that. Turns out I was right. And Polyphemus. Alright, so there's some damage. I actually have a pretty good fire rate still, thanks to the tier delay and all the tiers ups. So Polyphemus is damage +4 and then ×2. And if my tier overkills an enemy, it pierces through with the remaining damage. And is a good dude. Why you gotta be like this? So Steam sale, everything in shops is half off. Sometimes that's rounded up, sometimes it's rounded down. I guess I'll buy the key, I'll buy the bomb, and I will go to the top secret room, because it's not that far out of the way. I'm going to be cutting boss rush close. I probably don't even want to be there, though. I would have grabbed the battery if I were thinking, because then I could use that to skip boss rush really easily. But as it stands, I can just do 3 waves of boss rush and then still skip it. Full map for the floor, don't care. D6 one time, removes floor curse and gives a soul heart. Alright, taking my one-time D6, going to the boss, seeing if we can make the boss rush happen. Of course it's Blue Mom. So I'm going real hard. Wow, really? Should have been in the spot where you can't do that. It's fine. Again, I don't need to Polaroid. I have a minute, so we should be fine. And Krampus is not surprising. So Polaroid, god dang it. Every time I get hit, I'll get 5 seconds of invincibility as long as I have a lack of red hearts over half a red heart, and any number of soul hearts is fine. So, none of this is looking too appealing at the moment. Definitely not. But then we use a Perthrow. We see Ipecac and we say, why not live on the dangerous side of life? So Ipecac has your tears plus 40 damage. You shoot explosive arcing bombs. Okay, I want to murder this dude, honestly. So, Mask of Infamy counts as grounded, which is interesting. Nah, man. And we out. It's not really worth fighting with that low of health. It wasn't a champion boss rush, so it was unlikely that I ended up with a number of soul hearts coming out of that. And confident or not, I was probably going to get hit. I can only do no-hit boss rushes when I'm actually playing a character that can never get hit. Like, you know, the Lost Keeper. Then I'm really good at boss rush. Do them flawlessly even with bad items and stuff. Both other characters I can only do them if they are 100% free. It's one of those rise to the occasion things. It's the only way I play, apparently. Sure. I mean, it's pretty likely, again, that I got something decent out of it. Thanks to Mom's Key. So I do a lot of damage right now. It's the plus side. The Ipecac did further lower my damage, though. Or my fire rate. My damage is, of course, insane. Did further lower my fire rate, but it would further make my flies absolutely stupid if I were to spawn them consistently through any means. Which would be pretty sick. Ah, look at that. That's a significant shot speed down. I'm alright without that. That was something I was worried about as well. If I shoot when something's too close to me, I will get destroyed in life. Yeah, that's not worth it. Is this my secret room? Let's try that again. No. Would have been nice. Alright, you just... yeah, you do that. You too. Alright, so this is the wrong way, but I would expect that in fact this is not the wrong way. That was my own fault. Now I'm one hit from death. But there are 2 hearts sitting around, so that actually is not a big deal. So I'm now 1 hit from death, or 2 hits from death again. I'll check the easy way. It's not there. See? What about here? Nope. See, and that's the cheap way when you're bomb starved to just check for a secret room real quick. Wow, they both popped out right there. That's unusual. Usually there's a huge delay on one of them. Or often there's a huge delay on one of them. Wow, really? I did not expect that from them. Like, to both get stuck there. Usually they're pretty good at pathing around stuff. It's interesting. Don't be like that. I disagree with that hit. I mean, I guess I was there. I don't really have any space to disagree with it, but come on. That shouldn't happen. So chances of Devil Room are slim. That would be a good way to put it. That's alright, though. What I would love is Guppy's head. I would open more chests if more chests were showing up. Tinted rock. Okay, I want to get hit first. There you go. Definitely don't want that on Ipecac. That'd be a very bad trinket to take. And I've found the boss. Let's check here. There's my top secret room. Hey, a soul heart. What a guy. Skolex, just the boss I wanted to fight. Hits will do a lot of damage. This might actually almost kill. Cool. Range up doesn't matter, although I apparently was one item away from the mom transformation, so that does matter. That was good. So now I have a knife that trails behind me, so if any enemy wants to chase me, I can just let it catch up a little bit, run into the knife will do a bunch of damage. I have Polyphemus. Ipecac doesn't really affect the damage of the knife. The plus 40 doesn't seem to apply to stuff that changes your tiers from tiers, like Brimstone Mom's knife. So stay aware of my health. And right now I know I'm at half red heart, 1 soul heart. Alright. Calm down, friends. I don't want to comfort your tears. Oh, he got poisoned and died anyway. I like it. 2 soul hearts. This is good. Yeah, can't be there. Can't be there either. Could be here. It in fact is not. Hey. I wanna quit being... Yeah, there you go. So of course that's a trapdoor to Sheol. I'm not very interested in going there with the Polaroid. Might be just me. Good. Successfully juking them like that is, you know, not what I want to do in my life, but it worked, so better than it not working. Okay, good. I'm just trying to make sure to get the kills on the enemies that wander far away from where they spawn. Kind of failed there for a second. And of course it's hard to hit my mark on small enemies, even though my tiers are large. This chub, even though it's blue, seems to often not count, or always not count, for the blue boss soul heart drop. Yeah. So, unfortunately, that doesn't help me at all, even though it totally should. Oof, thought I was going to murder myself there. That would have sucked. It's nice how poison can kill enemies through their super armor. So this might skip... Nope. Spoke too soon. Alright, I'm really hoping for a double room here that happens to give me soul hearts or black hearts or just, you know, health. Best case scenario, you know, not that. 100% not that. I was gonna say best case scenario, devil room with devil room with ceremonial robes and Abaddon. That would be optimal. Oh, like very most optimal. Optimally optimal even. Okay, well, so far we're alive. I wonder if I would have been better with just Poly and no Ipecac. Honestly, I'm not sure. But right now, what I do know is I am one hit from death. And that's not cool. Oh, I was feeling that one. But apparently this one works too. Cool. Alright, I needed this quarter. This quarter is the optimal quarter. Oh, nice. Not nice. I really could use some soul hearts, you know? I kind of expected that I would one-shot or the poison would get the rest of the kill, but not quite. That is alright. Come on, help me out. So that nickel could be sticky, but now it doesn't matter. Second quarter, because, you know, why not? If I somehow manage to make it to the chest, I'm going to be impressed with me. This is an easy way not to do that. Nope. I saw it was charging up and I was like, I gotta get out of the way, but there was no longer enough time. It's too slow, man. You know, I don't think that was because of bad choices generally. I think I just didn't get much health and didn't play perfectly. I don't think that one is, you know, a big deal. The illustration for dying to Haunt, though, is pretty good. I hope you enjoyed the episode, though. That is going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.